we are already.
Right.
7:30. And last week we got to talk about a great photography company, Fototropix. But this week we're doing another local business here in Cocoa Village with Barbara Bumgardner. Sorry. And Barbara, hey, how you doing?
Hey.
You got the doors open. No, you're not. The doors aren't open. It's just that.
Nope. I'm at the store though.
Yeah, you're burning the midnight oil there. So
Kind
glad to have you here. You are a business that's been operating here in Cocoa Village, and you've been in a couple places, but you just expanded, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Recently.
Yep.
So Barbara, tell us a little bit about you. This is kind of like the American Idol side of it, where people get to find out about you and find out how great you are, and then they'll fall in love and then come to your store.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well,
So
I am originally from New York, Long Island, New York.
okay,
I've been here in Florida, Cocoa, for 22 years now.
okay,
So I'm a Floridian, I think. I think I deserve that title.
exactly.
I do get cold up north when I go up there in June. So, I need the sweatshirts up there. I love Florida, and I love Cocoa Village.
Right.
I used to love coming down here before I even thought about having a store. And then when I did have my store, we had the screen printing business before the store, but when we did decide to do full retail,
Right.
this was the place. I didn't even consider another place.
Gotcha. So,
So,
what did you do before you were in Cocoa Village? What did you do?
well, I was a mother. When I had my kids, I decided, well, all right. So before I even got married, I was a journalist.
Oh,
So I worked for a newspaper, and that was going to be my career. But then I got married and had children. And when I had children, I said, I'm not going to have somebody else raise my children.
right.
So I opened a daycare.
Oh,
So I raised my children and others. I used to basically watch teachers' children.
gotcha.
This way, I had their schedules, and it was very convenient because my kids went to school and so did theirs, and then I had weekends off, that type of thing.
Right.
So I had a daycare until they got old enough, and then I went to work. I worked for um, a, a rental place. They rented houses and stuff, and I was a manager there
Gotcha.
up until I met Brian and we started this company.
Gotcha. That sounds exciting. Going, I mean, as a photographer, you always think you're going to be like the Jimmy Olsen, be out there on the streets taking those
Uh huh.
photos, and then just like you say, you kind of get into the harsh reality of life
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, so you were a journalist in New York?
No, I was a journalist in West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
In New York, it was going to be the answer to one of the other questions, but I was in fashion.
Oh, okay.
Worked for a men's clothing store, so that's
Wow.
how things kind of dwell into where they ended up today. But
There you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Awesome, awesome. So that's really nice to know. So you said, so what made you say, "Hey, I'm going to start a retail store in Cocoa Village"? What made you take that step into that?
it kind of all right. So when I met Brian, who is my partner in business and in life, he was in screen printing since the
Okay,
80s. He has always been a screen printer. He had moved. He had a very successful business up in Connecticut.
okay,
And when he came to Florida, he had worked for a couple of different screen printers here. But once you own a company, it's really hard to work for somebody else.
yeah,
And I was at the end of my career with the rental company.
right.
Um, and he kept saying, "Oh, I want to start a screen printing company. I want to start a screen printing company." And I'm the type of person that's like, "Well, start one.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it."
Yeah,
So,
fish or cut bait.
yes, exactly. So we turned my garage into a little mini screen printing. I mean, we started off with a one color press, and you know, little,
Really,
yeah, one color press in our
you did
garage.
the overlays and stuff.
Yep,
The
yep.
registration. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we still do it today. But that's how it all started. Uh, and that was in 2014.
Really,
Yep. And
that's
it
been a
grew
while.
from there. And
Yeah, a
here
true
we are.
business, a true small business
Yep,
became,
exactly.
and that's something I truly appreciate. That is like, not that you don't like working for other people because you have people working for you, but when
Mm-hmm.
you get in the mode of being self-propelled,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, hey, you know what, I can make this. And not that you can't work with others, it's just that it's just a different mentality when you're captain of the ship, right?
Exactly,
So
exactly. And to be captain of the ship and have been the sailor or the guy, being the guy scrubbing the deck. So,
right,
I'll never, I will scrub the deck,
right,
if
you
you know
have
what
to.
I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
yeah, and I do, believe
yeah,
me,
exactly.
so.
That's what a good boss or leader, they are willing to do. That's what I always appreciated whenever I worked for somebody, is that they said, well, I'm not going to ask you to do something I won't do.
Mhm.
And there was times whenever my boss said they'd like me to do something, but it's like, I'm not going to ask you to do that, it's too dangerous or whatever, because I wouldn't do it. So
Mhm.
I
Right.
appreciate a good person that's willing to do that.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
so what brought you, because you were over at, what was that other location? How many, you just been into two locations in Cocoa Village, right?
Actually, no, there was we we started over across the street on King Street, over where Bohemian Larry used to be. We were
Okay.
friends with the owner, and he let us have his little storage closet. So, I mean, it's just like we started in our little garage. So we started in the little storage closet, and
Uh-huh.
we were only there for probably like 5 months. And then we went to the Magnolia Mall, and we
Right.
started with a small unit,
Right.
and then we got another unit, and
Yeah.
then we ended up with another unit. So we were kind of bursting at the seams.
Right.
And then this location came open last November.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we,
because I remember that location, the courtyard, was like, it's kind of designed, I think, for like mini boutique kind of thing.
mhm, right.
And I know I used to be a printer. I used to be in a print shop and stuff.
Mhm,
So stuff like this, you need space to,
yes.
inks and stuff. It's a mess.
Well, we never printed here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we never printed in the village.
Okay.
We've always had a print shop somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
we don't print here now either.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
what you're just seeing the great stuff that comes through right there.
Yep, yep. Mhm.
Oh
This is
boy.
kind of like our showroom. People come here and they look at our what we have to offer, and they
Right.
could feel the material and then decide what they would like to have.
Now, do you do any online stuff, or do you have an online ordering system, or do
We
you
do have
just
an online. They can go and look at our catalog and pick out colors, and they could go see what we have to offer. We don't have our full array online because we do order from several different places, but they can get an idea.
right?
So
Exactly.
we
Yeah,
do
because
have
I
a nice website.
and you do sort. Just in knowing you and talking to you, you source things not just because they're inexpensive, but because they are a quality product at a good price. So
Absolutely, because that is one of our main things is quality.
right,
We will not skimp. We are so based on quality, and we're
right,
very proud of it.
yeah.
You might have to wait an extra day, but we're going to get it right.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
Hmm.
Like this shirt here. My wife got it for me. She's like, "Hey, you've been wanting like a bowling shirt and everything." So we got two. I got a red one and a blue one. I always
Uh-huh.
use it, and I was like, "Man, this is nice." And this was clearance, and
Uh-huh.
it was nice. I was like, "Man, this is what you're getting rid of."
Uh-huh. Yeah.
like, I like to see the stuff that you actually have up on a rack there, and you have a
Hmm.
lot of nice stuff
Thank
on
you.
there.
Thank you.
So what? Now I'm gonna. I love your design. I love that. So did you design that, or did Brian design your logo?
Brian is the one that has the better talent.
Uh-huh.
I'll come up with an idea, and I'll have something in my mind. Like, I'm going to show you a shirt that
Sure. Yeah.
it's not even in our store yet. This is going to be
Oh,
out.
it's exclusive.
Yeah, yeah. This first time is being shown. It'll be here for the weekend. But I
Okay.
had an idea, and he put it to, a, the ink on the shirt. Um, it says Hippie Halloween,
There you go.
And but he's the creative one.
Okay.
He's amazing.
Gotcha.
He
No.
knows things about screen printing that you can't learn from a book.
Right.
It shows that he has all those years of experience.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and I could vouch for the fact that 10 years ago I didn't know anything about this fabric. But just being through the experience and talking to my reps and reading and taking courses online,
Right.
I've learned. And that's the kind of stuff that you can't read that in a book. You have to have that experience. But this man, he amazes me. But yeah, he is very talented.
Well, that's
So
awesome to
to
have
answer
a
that
partner.
question, yes, he comes up with the designs.
Yeah. Well, just kind of taking a note from what you're saying there is that I think sometimes we are educated as business owners by means of the sales force of another company. They will educate you, and of course, whenever they educate, it's like whenever you go into the ice cream store and you ask the guy selling the ice cream, "Should I get a single or double?" He's going to tell you double, you know.
Right.
And it's a biased education, I think.
Uh-huh.
And oh, I think I removed something there. Okay. And so whenever you say you do some education for yourself and everything, that's truly important. To me as a consumer, that would say, okay, this person's not just being driven by what they can get
Uh,
from another person, but they're educating themselves and searching for the right product. So I appreciate that. Uh, Now we had you a couple of other little leading questions. Um, did you have any stories or odd situations where you had maybe an unusual customer request that you're like, whoa, that's kind of crazy?
um, I was trying to think about any unusual requests. I mean, we get unusual requests, but
Uh-huh.
um, the only no,
No, not
I mean,
really.
not really.
Right.
Odd situations. When we first started,
Right.
we had a uh, football team,
Okay.
and we had done the jerseys, and we were up all night long doing these jerseys.
Right.
Um, and our dryer broke,
Oh no.
and now you have to when you do the um, put your ink through the dryer, it has to reach 340 degrees in
Right.
order to cure right, or else it'll wash off.
Okay.
So that's why when you get a t-shirt and the ink comes off on in the wash,
Right.
it wasn't properly cured.
Okay.
So, and this one team had a game at like 7 in the morning.
Oh wow.
And so we had friends in the business. So we took some of them over there, but we had to get this one team to be able to play in their jerseys.
Right.
So we got them to dry, but we couldn't get them to cure.
Okay.
But they were able to wear them.
Okay.
Okay, so we had this team of, I don't know, 30 boys,
Right.
little boys, like
Right.
teenagers,
Little kid. Yeah. Okay.
play in those jerseys,
Uh-huh.
and then they had to come back to us,
Uh-huh.
and we had to dry them in a dryer at 320 or 330 degrees.
Wow.
Smelly, stinky
Oh boy,
jerseys.
that's crazy. That's
Oh
crazy.
my gosh! And then
And
I
you
had to
can't just
wash
put
them
them in the
all.
oven, right? You can't just put them in the oven for 350.
No, no. Oh, because I have to go through it for a certain amount of time.
Right.
Yeah, that was kind of a odd, crazy story.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
I'll never forget that. But I still stayed in the business, though.
despite it. And that's something is that people could say, well, you know what? They're kids, it doesn't make a difference. But being a business owner and putting your name on something, you're like,
Exactly.
bring it back. Let me make sure that it's,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and just a side question, you weren't ready for this one, but did you see any of those people later as customers again?
Oh, yeah. And
Oh,
that's one thing I have to say. and this goes under biggest achievements.
Okay.
Brian and I have never, as the two of us together,
Right.
have never ever hit the pavement looking for customers.
Oh, okay.
We have never solicited our business looking for customers.
Right.
We are very proud of the fact that most of our customers are return,
Okay.
if not all of them, and referrals,
Okay.
because we take extreme pride in our work and in the quality of our work.
Right.
And I believe we have built for BareFoot Designs and the two of us, because I believe and I know for a fact, because it's been proven, that a business is not just the business.
Right.
It's
Right.
the people that run it.
Exactly.
And I like the one-on-one relationship with our customers.
Right.
And our customers know us and they trust us.
Yeah.
So, and that to me is our biggest achievement. I could win 1,000 awards, but that is the biggest achievement.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because, and I've said this a number of times, is that, you can have a product that's like, it's a little bit marginal, it's always your best, but it's a little bit, but if you have somebody that's willing to make it right, or that's going to provide you customer service, knowing that, hey, I'll take care of you from here on out, you're going to go to that person.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Walmarts of the world, which I think we all go to Walmart one time or another.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need something that's important to you, you're going to go to somebody who's reliable like that.
Right.
That's
Right.
So that is awesome. So, just because, and that's what I think is funny, is that you've said you never went out to go get customers, but you were in the business of promoting other businesses, which is
Right.
funny.
Yeah.
But you haven't had to like go sell. I mean, you've got some branded stuff, which is awesome. Do you sell that stuff? Like online, your
We don't have an online store now.
for that. Okay, so
Right.
people
Right.
could, because that's a pretty cool logo. I'm surprised that it hasn't taken off for the area as a beach theme.
Oh, this
That's
logo?
oh yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love it. Where'd y'all come up with the name?
The
I mean, it seems
name.
kind of obvious, but what made you
Well,
think of
the name comes because how I met Brian.
it? Okay.
We were in a meeting, and it was like a big packed room, and I
Right.
had gotten a phone call,
Right.
and I got up to leave the room to get the phone call, and I stepped on his foot,
Oh,
and it just developed from there. So we
oh,
just started with BareFoot,
there you
and
go.
then BareFoot Designs.
Okay.
So, and he had the logo because, of course, he wanted to do this for a long time. So he had already kind of had the yin yang thing going on.
Oh,
And of course,
okay.
he developed this all. But
Right. Right.
yeah.
That is pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean, and so the thing is, you don't just do, you didn't just do your logo.
yeah.
That's one of the things that y'all offer to
Yep.
other businesses is
Hmm.
custom design of logos and things like that.
Right.
So
Right.
what are some of the other things that you offer, or maybe even suggest now? Because this is what I get from like a local business, because you want me to come back to you. You're going to provide me you're going to educate me as my local authority on that subject. So what kind of go through that process? You got some things, I know you got some other things you want to share with, which is pretty awesome. But if say a new business is coming in and they're wanting to get a logo and all this stuff done,
Mhm.
what would you suggest, or what do you normally suggest?
Um, well, I guide them through the process
Right.
because, typically nobody even knows how a t-shirt's made,
Right.
and when you go to, because I remember what it was like for me, I didn't know, so I will guide them.
Right.
We have a form to fill out if you want a
Okay.
logo. So we
Right.
have a form to fill out to find out what your mind is thinking, because it's hard to just say, this is what I want, and then run off with it. So we need to know exactly what your mind is thinking.
Right.
But then as far as the t-shirt itself goes, there's your left chest kind of tells people who are looking at you who you are. Your
Right.
back is your billboard.
Right.
That's what people see when they walk by. So, that's where you're low, so I kind of guide them in that direction because,
Right.
That's something that people don't really know. And then they never know what size.
Yeah,
So, I guide them that way.
right.
Um, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure if I'm answering your
Well,
questions.
no, that's exactly because I'm like, if this is also hopefully for other businesses in our area, that's like, if I want to start a business, how do I do this? Because I know that I one time was tasked with finding some shirts for a company thing, and it was like they had all these different, and it was almost like those telephone plans, where if you
Hmm.
get 50 of these and it's two color, and I know there's a lot involved with it.
Right.
And there again, I think you have marketing or sales weight methods of sales that are based on money, and then there's sales methods that are based on you trying to provide a service to another business.
Right. And that's basically what I try to do. I
Yeah,
try to make it easy for them.
right,
I try to do the work for them.
right,
And, again, it's not about the money,
right,
and that's key.
right,
We're not in this to get rich.
right.
If you're in the t-shirt business to get rich, you might as well just leave.
You're gonna lose your shirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But I personally love when entrepreneurs come in.
uh-huh.
We've worked with several entrepreneurs, and they're like my favorite because they're so excited, and they want to start this great new business, and we've seen a couple succeed,
Right,
and it's really great because I love the excitement because that's the way I was,
right.
and um, but
That's
what I try to do is make their job to do their job for them,
right.
you
Because
know.
I appreciate it because as a small business, I might be more inclined to go to another small business because you're like, we're going to identify with each other.
Mhm.
And you can be a little bit of cheerleader, not for a sales purpose. I mean, you do, if that business succeeds, then you may very well succeed. Like, I think we were talking earlier, if I take great pictures of your store, you're going to do great, and you're going to, people going to buy more stuff, and you're going to need more pictures. So it's like a supporting
Mhm.
each other. I know just myself, I was visiting another business that was down there near the village, and I was looking into getting something, and it was kind of a big deal to me, but it wasn't a big deal to the store owner. And he gave me the what for on why am I even worried about this? You need to go do that instead. And I'm like, kind of shot it down. I'm like, I'm never going to go back to that store now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying, what you do is
Mhm.
really encouraging ones to, you know, and of course you
Mhm.
want them to pay you too. Of course, you don't want them to walk out the door and say, you know,
Right.
pay you
Right.
for the stuff. So
Mhm.
that's
Well,
important
that's
to
how
know.
it should work. We're here to support each other.
Right, right, for sure. So, we did have we kind of talked a little bit about achievements, but did you have any other challenges that you as a business owner really kind of run into, maybe recently or within the last, starting up or whatever?
Well, we had a huge challenge. Brian and I did. We had our business. We had. We were doing great.
Right,
We got ourselves to this level,
right,
and it was a level where either we were going to stay at this level and stop taking any more customers,
right,
because it was just getting to be too much,
right,
or we needed to take on a financial partner and expand.
right,
So we decided to do the latter.
right,
And we were with this person for 3 years, and that did not work out very well.
okay,
Um, and what has come out of it is, I think that what came out of it is we've realized, well, we realized that we want to be back to the basics,
right,
and we don't want to go like corporate,
right,
because that's what was happening. This person was like, do more, do more, do more, do more.
right,
And also, they had absolutely no knowledge of the business,
ugh,
so that didn't help at all.
right,
Um, so that's probably one of the biggest challenges. Well, it is the biggest challenge we've had, but it was a great learning lesson.
Right.
And it's actually the best thing that ever happened to us
Right.
because, we came out great. We came
Right.
out gleaming from it because all the customers stayed with us because
Very
of what
good.
I said previously.
Right.
Uh, and we finally we realized that we don't need anybody else. We could do this on our own.
Right.
So,
That's true.
yeah.
If you want to go a certain direction, that's fine. If that
Hmm.
individual wants to be that type of partner, that's their thing.
Hmm.
But you get to dictate. That's the whole point of being a small business, right? You get to
Right.
control your own destiny. And if I want
Exactly.
to run this ship on the rocks, I can do it.
Yeah, exactly. And we have the integrity. So,
Right. I
yeah.
really do appreciate what you say and that you learn from mistakes. Now, um, because I think sometimes we feel like, I feel like this sometimes is that I'm not succeeding like I should. I thought I should be succeeding.
Hmm.
And so it's like, oh no. But it kind of forces you to readjust, like you say, rebrand or readjust your
Hmm.
mentality. And it's like, um, maybe at first you're like, I just put a couple ads on Facebook and boom, I'm going to get some business. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. You got to go to the conventional, the old timey method of face to face talking to people sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I went ahead, and that's something that's going on this week. I'm not going to be there this time, but the Cocoa Village Art Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to sell a bunch of stuff the first time, and I think I was in like the worst place ever. I was at one of the places that was like down near nowhere. The first night I put my tent down, I came back and it had been destroyed,
Oh.
and I'm like, at least I didn't lose everything because I took everything. But the point is, the whole point of me going to the Cocoa Village Art Fair is because it's something I always wanted to do, and
Hmm.
two, it kind of gave me some exposure and opportunity and
Yes.
stuff. So I totally get that. Learning from our mistakes and growing
Hmm.
from them. Don't let it kill us.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you were talking about how you were in the village. You're one of the village people.
Hmm.
I
Yeah. The
always
village
say
people.
the village of Cocoa. We did
Uh-huh.
Cocoa.
Yeah.
Um, so um you're in a bigger spot. I mean, is there another bigger spot that that you might eventually like to look for, or you
No, I'm
just
pretty
haven't?
happy right here. I'm good. I
Yeah,
have a 5-year lease. I think I'm pretty good here.
got you. You can't build up or anything. You're right there by that little cute little alleyway, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
I love that. It's got the twinkly lights.
Yeah, they just redid the lights today. It looks
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to
beautiful.
go back over there. I
Yeah.
love going in there to take pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They lit it up a little bit more. It looks
okay.
nice.
Yeah, I just wish it was a little bit more vines along there. I
I
think it's
think they did something with the vines.
okay. So
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
So yeah, it looks
But
nice.
you were also on the board for, oh my goodness, I am missing some. Here we go. Here's Brian's here.
Hey, Brian.
I totally blew him off.
Oh
Uh,
no.
so and so he says hello.
Uh,
I don't know if you can see him there.
yeah, I see him.
He's probably like, I'm getting out of here.
How am I doing, Brian?
So yeah, I'm sorry. You have to text him, let him know,
Oh, there's
make
another
sure he's
person.
on.
Thank
But
you, Christy.
yeah, she loves the store. That's she's. I was like, man, nobody's asking any questions, and I'm like, right there, it is.
Oh, okay.
But you're on the Cocoa Village
I'm
board
on
there.
Historic Cocoa Village Main
Yeah.
Street board. Yeah.
So is this your Brian?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, this is your Brian. Okay,
Yes.
good. So I'll let know. So you're on the board, and so what can you tell me about that? Being a part of being a small business, has it helped you? Does it help you kind of guide the atmosphere in which you are set your business? It's Cocoa Village, or what's that like, Cocoa Village?
It doesn't help my business.
Okay,
But I I have to be involved.
right,
Um, it's important. It's very important to be involved in what's happening around you.
right,
Um, it. I am also the economic vitality chair
Uh-huh.
of the board,
Right.
and that's because I feel like the merchants need a voice,
Right.
and I'm kind of that voice for them. The president is a voice too for the merchants.
Right.
Um, the board is made up from a variety of people.
Right.
There's like about three or four merchants on it, but then there's property owners.
Okay.
Uh, there's other people that aren't vested in, you know, owning a
Right.
store or being a business owner.
Right.
But in my group, in my committee, I handle a lot of the events that happen, not like the craft fair, but
Right.
little store events like the fall sidewalk sales
Okay.
and things like that.
Did you
So
do the stroll? Was that you, the stroll?
no, the sip and stroll is actually the whole
Okay.
of HCVMS.
Okay.
That's historic Cocoa Village Main Street.
Right.
But like the smaller ones that are only the store merchant, little
Gotcha.
things. So
Right.
like we're going to be doing a little Grinch thing for the holidays, or find the Grinch, like little things like that.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's just really important, and it just we have to keep the merchants active with each other.
Yeah. You
And
know,
it's important too to not have cookie cutter stores in the village.
exactly. That's the
You
whole
know,
point of it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to be the Keys, where you go into every store and see everybody has the same T-shirts, the same
Yeah.
merchandise.
Right.
So
For sure. It's like,
yeah.
well, and that's the one thing whenever I was involved, kind of getting involved with the art fair, is that sadly everything's put on the art fair and there's an advertisement for that, but then sometimes the business owners kind of get left out. Now,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
some cases I could see where the business owners would get their own spots and leave them open so that they could go to their store.
Hmm.
But and I appreciate fact people are coming from other places. They're kind of fair people,
Hmm.
but I think there's a little bit of lack of. And I'm not just saying this here. I think it happens everywhere where
Hmm.
like everybody's excited about the fair, but then the local businesses are like, hey,
Right.
you're out in front of my business. Uh,
Yeah.
it's sometimes I think it gets left, because that's what keeps Cocoa Village there is the businesses that stay
Hmm.
there, not just that one weekend, but
Right.
week after week, day after day. So
Yeah, that's something we're kind of trying to work on.
yeah, it takes time because I know
Mhm.
the village has been changing.
Yeah.
Um, Funny thing is, whenever I first moved into the village, it was like, I can always say I lived in the village, not Greenwich Village, but the village.
Yeah.
Um, it was like I was told, oh, after 5 o'clock, don't do anything, because it's bad down there. And I was like, there's nothing going on after 5 o'clock down here. But
Hmm.
now things have really improved, right?
Yes. Yeah. There's a great nightlife down here. And the police patrol it all the time now. It's amazing.
Right,
It really has changed. Even in like the last 2 years, it's changed immensely.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think some of the stores, I mean, I know I'm probably going to start expanding my hours, during when it gets a little bit cooler out
Yeah.
on Fridays and Saturdays.
Right. Yeah, and that's a good thing to do because it's funny how we're evening people and we're looking for places to go.
Yeah.
Ron Johns don't even stay open till all hours anymore. So
Right. Oh, man. I mean, there's people walking out there right now.
yeah. Now,
Yeah.
like I've said, I remember if you were going to Cafe Laurent, I mean Cafe Margot, right?
Uh-huh.
Or over to what's the other one that my buddy owns? It's right across into the little courtyard. Cafe Margot and then the Black Tulip.
Oh, yeah, the Black Tulip.
Yeah, you'll go in there, but other than that, unless you were going to a play, you weren't going any further.
Hmm.
Uh, so, just this is a question that you weren't prepared for, so I can appreciate that if you're not sure about it. Now, I know that there's a lot of development going on, like some buildings going in and stuff. Um, how involved is the Cocoa Village with the development of like I think it's like a hotel, and then there's one that's got stores on top.
Yep.
How do y'all get involved with that?
Uh, like everybody else, we're just waiting and waiting and
Oh,
waiting.
okay.
I did find out last night, because as being part of the board, you have to go to, city council,
Right.
um, that the builder is not made his timelines.
Oh,
So I don't know what we're going to do. I'm
gotcha.
hoping that, well, I can't really say anything,
No, yeah, I got that.
but apparently we're supposed to be waiting. He's supposed to have made some deadlines to
Right.
start building, and this is like year number 3.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I just was wondering how much of a voice does Cocoa Village, the community there, get to have in that process?
oh,
And
we have a voice, a big
okay,
voice,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except, I don't think we have a voice to say what we really want to say. Um, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes and why we're still waiting.
Right. Yeah.
But then there's going to be another apartment complex going in too.
Yeah. Is
So,
that where the old Cocoa City Hall used to be?
that's where the hotel's going to be.
Okay.
And then the apartment complex, are going to tear down the Bank of America building.
Oh,
They're going to put it over there. That's right over here by me.
oh, the Barnett Bank.
That
That's
was,
what it used to be when I was a kid. It was
oh,
Barnett Bank.
wow.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, let me see. Show the header reads BareFoot Designs. Oh, what's our header at here? Oh, did I take your name away? Did I do that? Okay, let me make sure I've got the banner here. Is that it?
Yep.
Is that the correct one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know Brian was kind of designs. Okay. BareFoot Designs. Yeah, I forgot the S evidently. I'm sorry about that. And let me see. Do I have my banner over here? I just have the one with the website there. So yeah, so if that you guys have got an awesome website there. I thought
Thank you.
you got your portfolio and it's very simple and it's not like simple and like some kid did it. So did y'all hire somebody out to do that or did one of y'all do?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
we hired somebody.
And that's the good thing about a good business person. I used to work for the IRS. Used to work for the IRS. And there were people who were excellent at their job. They were great, like you guys are. You're uh, wonderful, and but then whenever it came to the finances, it was kind of crazy. They weren't very good at it. They challenged. Like the husband or whoever the expert was for the family, they were doing their thing, and then the other family member was trying to help do the financials, and they weren't good at it. So. Yeah, I'll have to make sure and see what banner we're talking about here. If it's a banner on the particular, uh, let me see here, BareFoot Designs. There we go. I see where he's talking about. Now it's fixed. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll have to fix that after. I'm sorry, but yeah, your BareFoot Designs, just one. You don't just design the one.
Right. Yep.
So, all right. So, are there any special events or sales that you might have, or things coming up with your store, or even any products? Because I'd like to see some of the products that you said you had.
Yeah. Well, we have the craft fair coming up,
Okay.
and then which is this weekend, starts Saturday.
Right.
What times? 10 o'clock, 10 to 5 Saturday, and 10 to 4 on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we always have specialty T-shirts, and of course, I showed you this one. That's going to be at the craft fair.
Gotcha.
And then this is one of our really good sellers. That one's it sells like crazy. It's a really good Halloween one.
I love it's like the dad joke too. So.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Well, there's that other one. It says, "I'm here for the booze," and it's So I thought you had that one too, but
no. I have a lot of drinking hats. People like
hey, anything could be a drinking hat, right?
Yeah, actually, I have one that said, "This is my drinking hat." That one sells really good. This is like my number one selling shirt.
Right.
And I just realized I have to print more of these. It says, "I'm not bossy, I have leadership skills."
There you go.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
I love that.
And then I have other Christmas shirts, and I only found two that I could pull out real quick. I can't
There you go.
fashion through Merlot. There's a lot. People like to drink around here.
No.
Yeah.
Not, but it's the nice classy drinks. It's not just.
Yes. Yes. And then this is another one.
Oh, well, that's cool. I like that
Yeah.
play on the words there. C's and greedies.
And that's Brian. Again, like I told you, he has that great imagination,
Yeah.
and he kind of came up with that one. And those are
You know,
just a few.
and that's the thing about a person like Brian is that I went into graphic design in college. I was going to take that because I enjoyed it. And
Hmm.
then I saw the other people in there that they were artists and they were going to use the computer to facilitate their art. And I was like, I am not that artistic.
Right.
I could do page layout and stuff like that. But if you want me to come up with something truly imaginative, ugh, I have to get Fiverr. That's who did my logo. I had to get a Fiverr to do my
Yeah.
logo. So, but no, that's another thing to have somebody who's willing to invest their skill
Hmm.
into. There's time. Time is important, but somebody who's willing to invest their skill into promoting your business, I
Hmm.
think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Brian also does all of our Instagram
Oh, okay.
and Facebook for the screen printing part.
Okay.
And he does a great job.
Gotcha. So you do have the Instagram. I know you got the Instagram because I've been featured on your Instagram. I
Oh,
think
you have you?
I think I've well at least I've tagged your Instagram account.
Oh, okay.
So with some of the photos I've done over there.
Yeah, you take great pictures.
Oh well, hey, that's I'm fishing for a compliment. I'm throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, you do. You take awesome pictures of
No,
the
but I
store.
appreciate that. Yeah. So you know, let me see here. I thought I had one other um
Let me see what
biggest
else.
challenge. You did your achievement there, right? We talked
Uh
about
huh.
your achievements there
Yep.
and stuff. So I like the fact that you are, you're kind of like an anchor store in that area,
Hmm.
because lots of times you'll see businesses like yours be kind of like more like a retail.
Uh
But
huh.
there, I come in here, and that's why Christy says that is that you go in there and it's like part of the atmosphere.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that's what people always say. They love how it smells,
yeah,
and they love the vibe of the store.
exactly. Vibe. Yeah, you sell soap there too, right?
Yeah, I sell Debbie soap. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the funny thing is that she's kind of the one that got us directed into soap. We do soap. We were doing soap in New York.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, and well, we haven't done it, but things are probably going to be taken up to where we do soaps, and there's certain ones that she does that we won't do,
Uh
and stuff
huh.
like that. So, um,
Oh.
but when it comes to the fair, it's like no more soap people. It's like you can't be there
Yeah.
with the soap
Yeah,
people.
we're starting to limit. We're putting limits on starting next year. It's going to be a little bit different.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
should I get in and make sure that I'm one of the few photographers? Because I think
Yeah.
there's three last time. So
Yeah. I don't think we have a problem with photographers. So
yeah. Yeah, good. Well, good. Yeah, I think there was three, and they were like, you get too many in there, and it's like, you get
yeah.
kind of glutted with it. Well, can you give us a little preview what those changes might be?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. You
Sorry.
got to stay tuned. So you can go to the Cocoa Village website, right, for that,
Yes.
and keep
Hmm.
up to date with that.
Right. We're gonna just basically make it more of a nice craft show
Yeah,
instead of a lot of junk.
yeah.
Not
And
saying
that's
that
the thing.
anything's junk or anything. Just saying,
Lower quality. You want a high quality
yes.
artisanal
Yes.
things there. So,
Hmm.
and, I think we all know that it's like sometimes you go to it becomes like a high priced flea market rather than
Hmm.
an arts and crafts fair.
Right. Right.
I would like to see a little bit more of the art competition. You do it once a year in
Yes.
March, right?
Yes. I think it's the spring one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to put in one there, but
Yeah. That's a nice one.
yeah, I like that. So it's a big one. And then you have the one coming up in December,
Yes. Just first weekend in December.
right? And that's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit more of a holiday theme.
Holiday, and that's when all the merchants are allowed to participate.
Okay.
So that's fun. And also we have well, we all the day Saturday after Thanksgiving, we have the Shop Small Saturday.
Okay.
And then we have the Sip and Stroll that night.
Okay.
And then after that, we do hot cocoa holidays.
Okay.
So that whole month of December, we have stuff going on all month long.
Right.
Because, of course,
Cool.
cocoa was founded on with cocoa.
Yeah.
So we celebrate National Cocoa Day, which is December 13th.
Okay.
So we always do something on that day.
Right.
And then we have something, we have like a, let me see. We have Moonlight on the Music on the Promenade on the 2nd, okay. December 2nd. Then on the 3rd and 4th, we have the craft fair.
Right.
And then we have the boat parade on the 9th.
Okay.
Which is really nice. Have you ever gone to that?
No.
Oh, it's really nice.
Just coming back, I've kind of missed it because we came back right at pandemic. So we've been gone New York and California for like 4 years. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a really nice boat parade.
Oh, cool.
And then we have a bike parade, and then the city's doing stuff. So, because the Main Street does their thing, and then the city does their thing, so it all works.
Kind of.
There's stuff going on all the time.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, and that's the thing is that it's not just a shopping experience; it's a community experience. Because I remember when they first, in my life, is that they were really starting like Saturday night at the gazebo. They didn't have anything else going on, but Saturday night they'd have music at the gazebo.
Yeah.
And then it just took off from there. And so it's been really popping. So.
They used to have jazz. Remember, they used to have like Wednesday, they had jazz.
Right.
And then they stopped doing that though.
Right. Maybe something else will come take its place. Yep. So with all this in mind, I appreciate the fact that I can talk with somebody who's a local person, not a local person, but a local person. So
well, that could be tilted.
I think we're all a little bit loco doing that, trying to start a business. Since this is an opportunity that a lot of people may not get to have, is like, as a business owner and all the stuff you went through, any advice that you could give either as a business in the community in Brevard or that's, that they could use to take to the bank and maybe help them as they start in this area. Maybe it's, I don't know, did you have anything that you've come across that this is what I have learned from being in business for myself? I know we didn't have that one planned or nothing.
Yeah, we didn't. So I have to think about it.
Gotcha. I mean, in fact, you've kind of said a lot of that, I think.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Keep your eyes open,
Kind of got that idea of being willing to adjust and adapt.
Absolutely. You always have to be flexible.
Right. Gotcha.
Be careful, true. Just don't get a partner.
That you do have a partner, but it's one that you can trust, right?
Right. Exactly.
You have a vested interest, and like you say, y'all have some knowledge about it. Like you say, coming from a fashion background, this and everything, it's pretty awesome.
Well, if you do, make sure you get everything in writing.
There you go.
And dot your I's and cross your T's.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something I found out too in talking with, because people, even if you do free wedding shoots, they say get stuff in writing so that people don't think that they're getting this and you're giving them that and stuff. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, and usually I don't like to go too far. I mean, I think you've helped us out a lot, and because this is something that you don't learn in school. You learn about how to balance a check. Well, do you still get to learn how to balance a checkbook?
I'm not sure if they do that anymore.
They don't do cursive writing. I know that much.
Oh, really? They don't do that anymore?
No. As a matter of fact, I was a notary for a while here in Florida, and I had to, witness somebody signing something, and it was a young person. I said, "Okay, here, sign it," and he prints it. And I was like, "No, I need your signature." And they're like, "That is my signature." I'm like, No, it's not. And
Really?
and somebody came back to me and said he doesn't know how because they never taught them in school. So
Wow.
it's an added skill if you want to. But
Really?
you do cursive writing all the time, right? Because
Yeah.
you're on your shirts and stuff. But yeah, it's one of the things that they don't
Wow.
teach in school anymore. You have I've heard I was in one class as an interpreter and the student said, "Can you teach us," talking to the teacher, "how to write cursive?" They wanted to learn.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
you know, I guess everybody's on the computer these days, so it doesn't.
That's true too.
And
That's
you can
true.
just highlight it. That's a brush script.
Right. That's true. And they probably don't learn how to spell anymore either because of spell check.
No, I'm a product of the Brevard County school system, so I'm not a very good speller at all. Terrible.
Wow.
So, well, I do appreciate this, Barbara, because you are involved in the community, not just as a business owner, but you're helping to kind of direct the growth of one of my favorite areas and a place that has a lot of meaning for me. Started my married life there, so I
Oh,
appreciate your involvement. And anybody else there, they're welcome to come and do the interview and stuff. Because I like telling people about Cocoa Village. People don't know about it, so it
yeah.
was. Everybody's talking about the other villages. The one over there near Orlando. That's got.
Yeah. Yeah. Those villages.
Like, no, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. No.
Oh, but again, thank you so
Well,
much,
thank you,
and
David. It's been fun. I appreciate you doing this.
no problem. And if you want to see Barbara, get some shirts, some of those crazy shirts there that are awesome. The Cocoa Village Art Fair. You can always go to her shop, but the art fair is this weekend, and there's a lot of great artisans down there as well. So go ahead
The
and check.
shop is located at 410 Brevard Avenue in
Right,
Cocoa Village.
right. So you're right, almost right across the street from the gazebo.
Yeah, right across from Cocoa Village Tattoo, but yes, right,
Right.
almost right across from.
And Osario's is right next to you there.
Hmm. Yep.
And did you know that there was a clock in Cocoa Village, right?
Yes, it fell down. What happened was it had rotted at the bottom. It
Uh-huh.
rusted,
Uh-huh.
and then it fell. We thought it was vandalism, but it wasn't. It
Right.
had fallen, hit the bench, and then fell back over.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
When did that happen?
it happened 3 weeks ago.
Oh, is it gone now?
Well, they
We-
took it down, yeah, because it was, broken in three.
Okay.
We're
Well,
gonna.
if anybody needs a picture of that clock, I have one.
Oh, do you? Okay, good.
Yeah. No, it was like I would show that photo to other people, and they're like, "Where's that?" I said, "That's Cocoa Village." You're like, "Where?" It's by the
Oh,
gazebo. It's covered by the trees. So anyway,
yeah.
so I just thought I'd throw that little tip. See, that's something we ought to start there in Cocoa Village, a scavenger hunt. And like
Hmm.
you go into each store and maybe like they get a cookie or something, or maybe it's a
Right.
furniture store or something. So
Well, we'll talk about it.
yeah,
That's
cool.
what my committee would be
Yeah.
interested in.
But again, thank you and Brian for showing up. Appreciate your support, and we love you guys as far as a business and as persons, as people. And I do have to say one thing before we go: challenge yourself every day to be a better photographer. But go ahead and check out the village and see BareFoot Designs, and they can hook you up with the right you know gear there. So, all right, y'all take care and tune in. And you can always watch this again later on. And if you like it, you can subscribe, like, and share it with others. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, David.